Today, drama means rebirth, drama means regret, and drama means it's not creepy if you're hot. Or is it? Hi, welcome to DramaMeans. Today we're talking about the 2025 Thai BL drama Reset.
And a little summary. A young actor at the height of his popularity is killed at an award show after party, then miraculously wakes up 10 years in the past. Not only does this ordeal allow him to do things differently this time around, but also try to find out who among his inner circle really wanted him dead.
So I felt like the first episode was pretty intriguing.
Well, this is like part of this crazy genre, this like rebirth and time travel, and is it time travel or is it rebirth?
It's rebirth.
I guess, but it's also like, it's not like, I don't know. Yes, it's rebirth, I suppose. It's not reincarnation, as we talked about in Kimjira. It's just rebirth.
Not reincarnation.
But I did think the first episode was definitely like dangling the threads and keeping you guessing. And
yeah, I definitely think that the concept is interesting. It was executed well in the first episode, but it really had that lakon style where it's like very like telenovela, very over the top and over dramatic style of storytelling.
Well, I also thought the beginning kind of reminded me of those old kind of Agatha Christie mysteries, like the, Death on the Nile or on the Orient Express, where like you meet all of the characters who could be the killer. Like you meet everyone and you're like, oh, everyone has their own motivation to commit this crime. And now we're going to sort through it all. So like I'm a sucker for those big tableaus like that. Like I like those old school kind of murder mysteries.
Yeah.
So I think it started out really strong in that way too.
Yeah.
And over the top dramatic, I think, is probably the right way to describe this.
They definitely had those bum 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 moments.
Yeah. I mean, the music in this is a little overbearing to me. Like it is, this is how you should feel. Be scared now. Be happy now.
Yeah, it was definitely like as if the audiences... And the thing is, I feel like a lot of these dramas have this like, oh, the music has to tell the audience how to feel because the audience is so dumb they don't know how to feel or behave if we don't tell them by music.
But it's also the over-the-topness, like the music itself is almost corny because it's like, no, we get it. Like, when you're using a song that's been used so often to be a romantic moment that it becomes cliche. Like those songs that are now a parody of being romantic because they've been used so often that they're now being used in parodies.
Yeah.
Like that's what this felt like. All right, guys, dial it back just a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. It definitely did start strong, but for me, it kind of starting to feel a little like disappointing.
Well, I have a little bit of problem with his character. Like, I mean, we've all seen time travel movies now. Like, even in the world that this exists in.
It is not time travel.
Rebirth, whatever. I'm just saying from his perspective, he has all the memories. So it's just like time travel. It's whatever, rebirth, whatever you want to call it. We've seen these types of movies in our pop culture. This is part of our vocabulary as storytelling. So if you find yourself waking up 10 years ago, and it seems impossible, but there's no other explanation for it, you should kind of know how to behave. At least I think. Like, you should kind of like, yes, it's shocking. I'm not saying it's not weird. I would be very shocked. But after a bit, you should sort of get what's going on.
Yeah, like, he knows that he's, rebirthed or, gone back 10 years. And every time like, I get it when it's like at first.
In the first episode, and even the second episode, I'll forgive you.
Yeah. But it's every single time he meets anybody, then he goes into this, like, what is it? Like, that gasp moment. And then
oh my God, it's you. Remember that time we went shopping? No, you dumbass. It's the past. Of course they don't remember. After the second time this happened to you, maybe you should, like, think about it.
Yeah. And so, like, there are sometimes, like, I get it when, like, he interacts with someone that he thinks might have, killed him, or the person that, like, um, betrayed him, or his ex-lover that had cheated on him, and he's so emotional he can't control it. Sure. Right? But it gets to a point where you're like just meeting Joe Schmo, like at the office, and you have the same kind of like crazy emotional, like,
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it's you. You're like, why can't you believe it's you? We've had this scene already with every character you've met so far.
yeah, so that just becomes like okay, we get it. Like, we already know, as the audience, we know he's rebirth. He doesn't have to show it to us every single scene. And that goes along with, hey, I think the audience is really dumb, so we have to keep reminding them that I'm rebirth.
Yeah, and they just kept wanting that awkward moment where the people would look at him like he's a crazy pants. And then they're like, and he was like, I mean, let me say something to get out of this awkward moment. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But even with the emotional stuff, like, I don't know, after a while, he should have processed that emotion, because obviously the people he's dealing with don't have the same feeling towards him that they had in his present. Like, they're different people than they were then, but he still, when he looks at them, he has so much of this gut reaction to them every time. At some point, I feel like the intellectual part of him has to come to the surface, or else he's just kind of an emotional idiot.
Yeah. And also, like, okay, someone has plotted to kill you, right? You're coming back to find out who hates you enough to want to kill you. And B, like, maybe you want to get revenge on that person. How about not show everybody that you're suspicious? It's just like, you can't just wear your emotions on your sleeve. Like, you need to be smarter, and you need to, like, play detective. And he's done none of that. He's just literally like bumbling through. And also, like, when you go back in time after being murdered, like, I feel like you should kind of devise a plan, and he never does that.
No, his plan is just to walk up to people and, like, yell at them.
Yeah.
And it's so out of context for the person. They're like, what are you yelling at me for? I don't even know you.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like, no, you murdered me in 10 years in the future. What?
It's just like so ridiculous and so dumb. So it's just, out of so many like rebirth stories, this is by far one of like the dumbest character, right? And so it makes me kind of wonder, because this particular drama has gotten so many awards for like best BL drama.
Okay.
Right? And I can't understand it.
Well, I will say, I think from a like production standpoint, it's bigger budget. It's definitely has a polish and a shine on it that a lot of BL dramas don't get. Like, they don't always get the benefit of having a really complete budget and a pretty big cast. Like, this is a very big BL drama.
Yeah.
And I think that may, like, when you say like you polish the turd, like you're just like polishing and polishing, and then it looks great. I think the shine of this is very, very good. And I don't think, when I say polish the turd, I don't think this show is a turd, but it's just like, it's not all there. But I think people are maybe forgiving it because it is so filled with actors. It is so filled with intrigue and plot and shiny gold, jewelry, that you just go, oh, it's great. Like, well, I don't know if it's great.
Yeah. And I personally don't think it's great. And okay, I expected greatness, right? And maybe because my expectations were so high, because we have great actors, and Pond has proved over and over again that he is a very good actor, and he does great in this, right? Peterpan, I've only ever watched him in this like two other things, and he's been okay. I haven't
Right.
really and he was fine in this one, but I can't say he was great in this one either.
No, I mean, I didn't really like their chemistry. I didn't love his character. I thought Pond was really good. I think it's a really hard thing to ask an actor to act like a good actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, now you have to do a scene where everyone goes, wow, you're a great actor. Like, I think that's hard to do, and I think he pulls it off.
He pulls it off and then some. Like, he is just an amazing actor, and I honestly wish he had, like, better scripts.
Yeah.
You know, like a more complete, you know, story. But with acting wise, I was so disappointed in Bum. He plays Thada's like half brother or cousin or something.
The one that just screams all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally screams all the time, and I know he's playing a brat, and this is my problem with like people thinking just because you're a villain that you have to constantly yell and scream and throw a tantrum and throw things and knock shit over. Like, there needs to be different levels, and he didn't have any. And the thing is, I really liked him in I Will Knock You, which is like he was the lead in that BL.
Okay.
And so I was hoping to see greater things from him, and I thought this character really hindered him, and he really did not know how to play this character, or the directing was terrible for his character.
Honestly, I would say, if I just watching this as a whole, I think this is a poorly directed series, because I think every character, if you really look at each character by themselves, I think Pond does some good things in this, but his character too is like turned up to 11 with his like overbearing emotions. And TD's character, Peterpan's character, is like turned up to 11 with like the smoky smolderiness. It's just so over the top. And like every single character, the brother, he's turned so up to 11. It feels like that's a director problem at that point, where he just keeps saying, bigger, everyone, be bigger. And the whole thing is so loud, and then it's not saying anything anymore.
Yeah. You're definitely not getting those really important moments at all. And so it definitely shows that the bad directing in this. Bum's character, he reminds me of the one we're currently watching is The Wicked Game, and it's also what was his name? The brother character in
right, the screamy one.
The screamy one,
yeah.
Like, literally doesn't do anything other than scream. And I'm just like, you guys, like, do you understand the character? Like, yes, he's the bad guy. He's emotionally crazy. He's on drugs, but like, there needs to be other emotions other than like heightened, like 150% anger. Like, that, it's just, that's not how people go through life all the time. You know, even with people that have anger issues, they're not constantly angry like that or constantly yelling. They have triggers. And that, you know, it's just...
I think that's the key that you say triggers there, is that you have to take your cues from the script. I saw a great video the other day about how, from an actor, they said actors don't play emotions. You play what the script is giving you. So it's not like you go into a scene and go, oh, I'm going to play this scene angry. It's like, no, what in the scene makes you feel an emotion, and that's what you play. You don't just go and go, okay, I'm going to do it an angry version now, which means I'm going to shout a lot. And I think sometimes when we are turning all these dials up so high that there's no nuance, there's no build. The actors aren't taking their cues from the material anymore. They're just taking their cues from someone, like I say, bigger, angrier, louder, and somewhere... And I do lay this at the feet of the director a little bit, that sometimes someone has to kind of pull it back and go, okay, yes, it's supposed to be big, it's supposed to be grand, it's supposed to be opulent and shiny. It still has to find the ground somewhere.
Yeah. And I feel like with a lesser actor than Pond, this show would have been a complete failure. If Pond was not in this drama would fail.
I would agree with you 100%. I mean, I think just thinking about, I mean, we joke about, you know, the creepy is creepy sexy now. but some of these things are so like straight out of like parody vertical drama land where I'm like, this stuff is so cheesy. I don't know who thought it was sexy or who thought it was good.
Yeah.
And now you have the music telling me, nope, you think it's sexy. But if there was a different music there, if it's bam, 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 like it's just so funny.
Okay. I know people really felt the chemistry between Pond and Peterpan, or like their characters Armin and Thada. Like, I understand why you think it might be sexy. I find it so atrociously creepy. Like, literally, take this first scene where, you know, Armin has just been poisoned. He runs out into this like rainy night. He sees Thada pretty much for the first time and then faints in his arms. And the next thing, he wakes up in this random stranger's mansion. And yes, it's a mansion. And maybe when you see mansion, you're like, oh, this person must be a good guy. No, you don't know this person. And then he's coming out of the pool, like he's half naked. I'm like, why are you just randomly in the pool in the middle of the night while I've been fainted? Like, why am I not in a hospital? Right? Like, because I've been poisoned. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird and creepy. And he comes out and it's like this sultry. And I'm like, no, in any time in the real world, you want to run because this person is not right in the head.
I mean, this is something for me that like maybe is sexy in a cheesy romance novel because you're reading it and you're getting to picture it yourself. And so you get to fill in the blanks with what's sexy. But when I watched this scene, I was like, dude, they're going to harvest your kidneys, bro. Get out of there now.
It is so scary. Like, just literally imagine yourself in such a dire, desperate need for help, and a half-naked man comes and tries to like swoop you up while you're like in need. That is not sexy at all.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I don't even think he really ever really puts pause to like, should I be here? Why haven't I gone to a hospital? And who are you? Like, there's so many questions that need to be answered, and we go right to like, you want to get in the pool with me? Like, what? No, I want you to give me my clothes back so I can go home.
Yeah, it is like literal predator here. You are like in the same room, this crazy giant mansion with a predator. They're going to,
Yeah, you're going to auction off real quick.
Yeah, you're going to be sexually assaulted, then you're going to be auctioned off and sold. Like, it is not sexy. It's not romantic. I don't get why people like this.
But maybe we're the weird ones. I don't know.
Maybe
we're just the weirdos. We're just the olds that don't understand modern day romance.
I don't know how that's modern day romance. I just like, it's so scary to me.
It's so red flaggy, and like we joke sometimes, even in the writer's room, you say, you watch a show and go, well, it's only a red flag if the guy's not good looking.
Yeah.
Then the red flags turn green real quick because he's so darned handsome.
That's the problem, is like, people get so clouded by looks that they just overlook anything else, like all the dangers.
I mean, DramaMeans public service announcement, like all the famous serial killers were kind of charmers.
I mean,
like the Ted Bundys and they were like charming dudes.
Yeah, so like the Jeffrey Dahmers and stuff.
No, that guy was gross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wrong guy. That you picked the only one that's not good to look at.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's like John Wayne Gacy and Ted Bundy.
Who's the beardy guy?
I don't remember.
There was a beardy guy. I want to call him George, but I don't think that was right.
He was just George the Killer.
Anyway, yeah. So yes, they are really good at talking. They like, usually they talk up,
Yeah, they just chatting you up, like,
and then
you want to go for a ride.
Yeah, and you agree to climb in their car. And
come to my mansion. I've got a pool. That's how murders start.
Yeah. So we do not believe that Thada is.
I mean, like, I do think there's a way to do the thing they want to do, It's just, this was a little weird. And it's like too many red flags on top of each other. Like, it's, yes, they didn't take him to the hospital. He's been poisoned. He's nearly dying. You're a stranger. Now he's in a mansion. Like, there's just, if it was just one of those things, if you woke up in a hospital bed, and let's say it was a beautiful hospital, he took you to his concierge rich people hospital, and you woke up in this amazing hospital room and a stranger was sitting in next to your bed, you would also be like, who the fuck are you? You wouldn't be like, wow, you're sexy.
Yeah.
Which is weird that that's where it goes.
Yeah. So it's so off-putting that I just like, I cannot be on board with this. Like, I understand that, like, oh, also, like, people also think it's really romantic when they've like loved you for 10 plus years, right? Without like really doing any like,
oh yeah, the stalker from afar.
yeah.
Yeah, that's gross too.
I also don't find that, like, I feel gross. Like, you're just been watching me for 10 years and like, yeah, you've been sending me gifts and like tips and you're my number one fan, but also you've been so not proactive.
Yeah, it's creepy. It's
Yeah.
like, what are you hiding? Why can't you show me your face? Like, what are you hiding there, Quasimodo?
Yeah. So it's just it's so funny because there's so many dramas now that like every character has like had a crush on someone for 10 plus years. And I'm like, I don't, why though? Like, say something. Like,
Yeah, there's this idea that like longing for someone is like noble, like that makes you a noble character, that you've longed for this person for so long without acting on it. Or, I think there's got to be something in the psychology there that is like, it tickles the nerve endings for some of the audience. I don't personally find it good or sexy or attractive, but I think even this scene, the way they introduce his character, like in the present with the kind of gifts, and then they reintroduce his character in the past with this sequence, immediately in a show where I'm supposed to be rooting for these two, I'm not. I'm like, I don't want them to be together. Like, he's gross.
yeah.
Good looking, sure. Gross though.
Yeah. I also, like, for me personally, and this might just be me, I need someone that takes the initiative and the effort. Yeah, he puts in the effort to send you things like anonymously, which also is kind of weird. It's fine if it starts out anonymously, but like over those 10 years, I feel like you need to take initiative. You need to like pursue and like, it's
Don't you feel like you're being catfished after a while if someone is like, hey, I really like you and here's some gifts and here's a watch and I'm your biggest fan, but like, I don't want to see you. Like, are you a 400-pound Russian sitting in his mom's basement? Like, am I being catfished?
Yeah. So it just and it's fine though, like, because Armin has always just thought of TD as like a fan.
Yeah, well, from his perspective.
Yeah.
But from TD's perspective, like, what's the plan, dude?
We are really not on board with this romance.
And I think, which is a problem when you're talking about that's the heart of the show. Like, yes, there's other things. There's plotting. There's bad guys. There's this rebirth. There's a lot of things going on in the show, which they're trying a lot of stuff. But at the core of it, it's still a BL romance. And if you don't want the two characters to be together, then why are we watching this? We're not really watching a murder mystery, really.
Yeah. Because that was actually really put on like the back burner.
It's like emotionally it's on his mind, but yeah, like the trying to figure it out, like you say, he has no plan to figure it out.
Yeah.
He's got no way to go about it other than I'm going to become a better actor than I was last time. Like, that's his big plan.
Yeah, and I guess it was kind of like Thada's brother, but
also everybody.
Yeah.
Also basically Agatha Christie, like everyone wanted to kill him and basically tried to.
Also, like, Thada was like kind of a fuckboy.
Oh, that's kind of how he's introduced as well.
Yeah, because he had that other guy, and I don't know. It was just, he's not. like, it's funny because people online always do like the list of like the red flags, and it's like, welcome to the red flag family, right? And like, as we're talking about Wicked Game, uh Off-Road's character like shoots Dal in the back,
Right.
and it's like, welcome to the red flag. I don't know why Thada's not a red flag.
I mean, there's this trend, it seems, lately to like introduce characters, and I know we're always looking for new ways to do things, but I find so many of the dramas we watch introduce characters in a way where I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this character. Like from the first scene. And I know we're looking for arcs and we're looking for places to go, but I don't really want to follow the journey of someone who you introduce to me in such a way that I'm like, ugh. So I got to watch more of this dude?
Yeah.
Or gal or whoever it is,
Yeah. Well, like in this day and age, it's all about like, self-care and like self-preservation and and then like you're just honestly, yes, they're good looking. That's literally all they have for themselves, and you're just like settling for the sake of because they're good looking.
Yeah. Well, there's not much other substance there.
Yeah.
I also think this is one of those dramas that tries to hide too much, and then basically it's not about anything anymore. Like I get reveals and like setup and payoff, but it also is another trend of dramas lately to give us nothing and promise that it's coming later until it's so late in the show we don't care. And I think that's probably why the kind of murder mystery of this falls flat, because it kind of is like they're trying to hide the ball on everything. Well, if you hide the ball on everything, what you're giving me is nothing. So now I have nothing from the plot and I don't like the relationship. So this drama for me overall is kind of frustrating to watch. I'm like, what am I rooting for?
Yeah. It's just like also everything was so repetitive because I honestly don't think they had much going for it.
Because they're hiding everything.
Yeah. So then they had to continue like over and over again, like him freaking out of meeting each individual. The brother comes back like 5-6 times and they never deal with him ever. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay, sure, you give him a chance after the first time he fucks you over, but like by the second time, you better end this shit. Like,
Well, I'll say the same thing about the manager.
Oh,
like, can we talk about that whole thing? The manager is like sabotaging him. And then even in the first go around, like when we see him in the present, he has a different manager because he already hates that woman. And now he's back in the past and he's like, I know you're going to screw me over tomorrow, but I'm still going to be in business with you. And then wait, plot twist, she tries to screw him over again. And again. And again, just for good measure.
Yeah. But it's also like, why though?
Because she has to be the bad guy, I think. That's it.
That's the only reason, because everything she did to prevent him from doing what he wants would screw herself over.
Yeah, I don't know why, like, and maybe someone out there in internet land can like correct us, but like, I don't know why a manager would be like, you know what? I hope you fail. And I know he's like, he wasn't going to like prostitute himself out. And he wasn't like playing all of her dirty games and he wasn't sucking up to her. But like, you have like the biggest directors in the industry being like, Armin, we want Armin. And she's like, no, he's not allowed to audition. You have to audition this nobody that you don't want. I'm like, but isn't it, if he became the biggest actor in Thailand, wouldn't that be good for you as a manager, even if he wasn't prostituting himself out? So you're being bad and like obstructionist just for sake of the plot, just because that's what her character's supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, also, like, forget about her. What about the rest of the company? Like the boss? Like,
yeah,
at some point, Tada's brother becomes the boss of that. And I know he just wants to mess with Thada and anyone like under Tada's umbrella. But at one point, he doesn't know that Armin is like, has any kind of relation to Thada. Like, why does he want to fuck up Armin's career? Like, if he becomes super popular for the company, their company gets better.
Yeah.
Like, there's absolutely no logic in why they want to sabotage one of their, contracted actors.
Well, it's that old saying, what, you cut off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't think you guys understand what management companies do or how they get paid. Maybe you guys don't understand this business, and so that's why you suck at it.
So it's just, I don't know. Like, the show loses logic.
Can we talk about one massive piece of logic, which is how on earth Armin doesn't know TD is Thada for the whole show? And then they want us to play that as a reveal when he finally figures it out. He's like, oh my gosh, you're TD. No shit, asshole. Like, could you guys have hit that ball even like 1% better and not like just looked at me like I'm the dumbest audience member ever? Like, how stupid is he that he doesn't put two and two together the second he meets the guy?
I know. It's like in his previous life, he never met him. So he never knew it was this person, the Thada existed. But like when you do meet someone that has the exact same initials as your longtime fan that you wanted to meet for a long time, and you don't like put like, not even like, you don't have to be like, this is him, like right away. Like, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of interesting that you have the same initials. And then maybe like the next time they meet, you it like build it up. But it was like nothing, zero kind of recognition. And then he gets mad at him, right? Because Thada is a fuckboy. And then as Armin should be mad at him. But then, like, again, the minute he finds out he's TD, he's like running back to him.
All's forgiven.
Yeah. And I'm like, it doesn't, just because he's TD doesn't mean he's not a fuckboy.
But also, it's worse than that. Like, for everyone out there who's angry at us for like, well, I mean, it's just initials. Like, a lot of people have initials. It's not just initials. It's two people, Thada and TD, who are mysterious people who play behind the curtain of the entertainment industry and can pull the strings for him specifically to help him become successful. In both timelines, that is true. He's the mysterious man from behind the curtain who's rich and powerful, who happens to have the same initials and also happens to have a huge invested interest in Armin. Holy crap, does he need to have it tattooed on his face? I would suggest a TD face tattoo. And he'd be like, I never even saw that. He's like, did you see the tattoo, though, on my face? In the middle of my forehead?
No, it's TD is not strong enough. He literally has to have I am TD tattooed on his forehead.
Yeah, it's just so silly. But also, like, to what you said, and I'd forgotten, is that him learning that is the thing that makes him, like, forgive him. Like, he doesn't have to earn Armin back. You know, he doesn't do anything that's like, hey, by the way, I'm not a fuckboy. I'm pretty cool. Like, you're misunderstanding something. It's, oh, now that I know you're TD, now I've, like, all the facts that I know are suddenly irrelevant.
Yeah.
And now I'll just run back into your arms and everything's okay. Huh? No. Incorrect. Not a human.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. So I am a little baffled that this drama got awards upon awards for,
Maybe the critics were as confused as we were at the ending, and they were just like, like where you don't want to admit you're wrong, so you just are like, yeah, I get it, and it's brilliant, so that you can be like part of the group. There's like, oh my gosh, it was so brilliant, like we don't even understand it, but here's some awards so that you don't know that we're stupid.
Like, this is a lot of people's like favorite, right? And I really do think that all the NC scenes take precedence over any kind of plot or logic. And then it's just like, okay, well, now you're just watching it for them to be hot and sexy, and like none of this other stuff matters. And so why are we really watching it?
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't really enjoy NC scenes in almost anything. Like, I have always said I hate sex on TV
Yeah.
because you can't show anything anyway. So then you have to like pretend to show it. And then it's like, ooh, look how much we show. Like, isn't that risque? And you're like, no, showing a butt isn't risque. It's just a butt.
Yeah.
And so like
it's just playing the audience again.
I lose interest in it because there's nothing of substance to it other than just, you watch anime and there's the fan service and it's the upskirts and the big jiggly boobs and you're like, okay, I get it. That's 12-year-old boys are like, ooh, but like there's no substance to it, so it doesn't interest me in a show about characters.
Yeah. I don't understand why people like it so much. I get it. Like, the production value seems high. But again, like, I think the directing was not good. Honestly, other than Pond, the acting was not good. It's not logical. It's like not romantic. It's not fun. I don't know. There's no solving. I mean, the murder mystery type thing, and then the ending also was like, okay, he remembers. He also had a rebirth, I guess, because I believe in the end, when Armin had passed away, and I don't know if he said he like dreamt it.
Yeah, it was a
did.
little amorphous. I mean, I know they're trying to kind of like wrap it up in a bow at the end. But
Yeah.
I was like, it kind of felt like they were just like, yeah, nah, they're like, they kind of both did it, right? And then end. Roll credits, quick, before anyone asks any questions, quickly.
Yeah, and it's just like, because so if he also like rebirthed, and that's why he showed up at that spot where Armin like came running out, like then when Armin's talking about, like TikTok and challenges and stuff, like Thada would know, but he was so clueless about,
Yeah, they really wanted it both ways.
Yeah.
Like they wanted those moments where Thada would be like, huh? What are you talking about? Like, oh, never mind. That happened in the future. That kind of thing, that kind of Back to the Future idea.
Yeah.
But then they also wanted him to like have that emotional connection for those 10 years.
Yeah.
That happened. And I'm like, well, you can only really have one of them. You can only really have one of those things. And I don't really know which one they chose. Like, I guess, it's a dream. And I kind of like felt it, but I didn't feel it. And I'm kind of rebirthed, but I have memories from a future self. And at that point, I think I was maybe so unplugged from the show, I didn't really care. I'm just like, let's just get to the end of it.
Yeah. We were kind of hate watching it.
Last few episodes, for sure.
Yeah.
There's just nothing for me to sink my teeth into other than I think it's pretty. Like, I think it's, it's pretty to look at as far as just the aesthetics of it.
Yeah.
But it's all, to me, so superficial and no nutrition. Like, there's nothing nutritious about this story. There's some good acting scenes. That's what I got for you.
Yeah. So my rating for this is stepping out for fresh air.
That's higher than I would have actually suspected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great rating. I think for me it's land sickness because it did turn into a hate watch. And his character, Pond's character, Armin, he got on my nerves way too early.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, dude, get with the program. Normally...
Oh, shit. That's what I thought I gave it. A 5.
Oh, so you're both land sickness.
Yeah.
I thought I was right. I thought stepping out to get fresh air was too high. I know you better than you think I do.
I just apparently forgot our own scale.
We should repost that on Instagram so other people don't forget is it pinned?
It's pinned to the top.
Okay, well, there you go.
But we don't have it pinned on like Spotify or YouTube, which maybe we should.
Maybe go through it again at the end of the year.
Yeah. But yeah, so Land Sickness is what I was thinking of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just too kind of dumb. You know, this usually bothers you more than it bothers me, of like when characters don't have a plan of any kind and they just kind of like run into every situation not thinking about what's going to come out of their face.
Mm-hmm.
And it bothered me in this one so much because he does it over and over again. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, people don't think of plans. They get emotional and they just do things. And I'm like, I like that. I like the chaos of that sometimes. It didn't work here.
No.
At all. So if you loved this show, feel free to hit us with some hate comments and tell us why you loved it.
Yeah.
We love counter opinions.
Yeah. But thank you for listening this week, and we will see you next time.
Maybe a little less ranty. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. No promises.